See if this is good. Ow. Okay, too hot, too hot, too hot, too hot. Okay, now they're limping in the school's halls. I'm limping as I'm filming this video, which is why it's shaky. And yes, day one, first dinner, eating chicken and rice and vegetables. And this is his sweater that he's chosen for his outfit, his shorts. I'm wearing sweatpants. And the sweater that I've chosen, a t-shirt, and I have my oatmeal. Yum. Not really. Okay, so day one. Yay. I'm gonna be sleeping on the floor, and that's gonna be uncomfortable. So far, all I've eaten today is like oatmeal and chicken and rice and a few vegetables, and I've had to limp around, and it hasn't been fun. People have been wondering what the hell is wrong with me.
Sleep now, it's day one, has come to an end, and we're sleeping on the floor. We have one pillow, one blanket, and I'm forced to sleep in my clothes because it's that cold. So yeah, good night.
Hi. It's nighttime. I'm about to go to sleep on the floor. It's not that bad though. Although my back sometimes hurts and it's hard to get comfortable, but once you get comfortable, it's not that bad, except for the smell of dust. That's okay because I'm getting over it. Alright. See ya.
This is my meal. Consists of cut up chicken in there, there's some beans, consider those as vegetables, and then there's some rice. And my drink is water because that's the only beverage that we can have, including milk.
Alex eating chicken and rice for lunch. Ofer limping, gone.
Large portions. But yeah, I'm always hungry. Still wearing the same set of clothes. Haven't needed to wash it yet. I probably will in a day or two though, because I don't want them to start to smell. And washing my hand is not going to be easy. So, well, it might not be hard, but like, I don't want to do it. What else is there? Nothing really. Haven't had to spend any money yet, so that hasn't been an issue, but yeah. I'm tired. But we're getting through it. Alright. It's only been a few days. We'll see where we are in like 10 days or something.
Day two, Alex is going to sleep. He has the one pillow and one blanket over here. And yeah, nighty night.
Second half of the third day. It's been really difficult because I'm not accustomed to the lifestyle that they have to live in. Sleeping with one blanket and one pillow, it's very uncomfortable. I get really cold. I end up resorting to wearing all of my clothes just so that I can keep warm, and I'm still cold. It's very uncomfortable also sleeping on the ground, but that's what they have to go through, so I'm not going to complain about that. At the same time, limping, I keep forgetting to limp sometimes, and I think it shows the contrast between the healthcare in Canada and how everyone has it. So it isn't really normal to limp in Canada, because people will get treated better by the hospitals and stuff. They have this kind of service, and then there they don't. So can't complain about that either. And then lastly, the food. Sometimes I eat a snack of some sort, like and then I say yes really quickly, and then midway through the snack I realize, wait, I'm not supposed to be eating this. So it is really hard to remember that there's a certain amount of food that you can eat, and that really makes it difficult. So that is the conclusion of my first reflection.
Okay, so this is my reflection number one. The first thing I want to talk about is my sleeping, because we had to sleep on the ground, and you know it's very tough because I'm not used to sleeping on the ground. I'm used to sleeping in a very comfortable bed, so it's hard to sleep at night. keep looking at the clock, seeing the time pass quicker and quicker. And then limping. Well, we have to limp for the first 5 days and I keep forgetting to limp. So I feel kind of guilty for that. But slowly and slowly I'm remembering to limp everywhere. And lastly, for the food, I'm supposed to be only eating certain foods, but well, I once forgot and I ate a cookie. And I know it's wrong, but I don't really regret it. The cookie was good.
Why is it that you didn't feel guilty about eating the cookie?
Because you know, when someone gives you a cookie, you can't say no. And it tasted so good.
But you didn't notice that you're not supposed to eat it?
Well, I did. And now I kind of feel bad. And I won't do it again.
How do you know that you won't do it again?
Because I sleep on the ground.
Okay, so the oatmeal in the morning is getting a little old, especially because it's kind of bland. Rice and chicken is surprisingly still good though. Getting a little bit old, and it's only day 3, so we'll see where this goes in a few days. The limp isn't that bad. I can deal with that. This is only day 3, clothes aren't dirty yet, so I haven't had to wash them. What else? Other than that, yeah, it's not that bad. We'll see though. We'll see where the food thing goes, because I'm kind of hungry all the time now. I never get full anymore. Alright.
Took him 30 minutes to fall asleep. He's finally asleep. So yeah, it's not very comfortable, that's why it's taking so long. Okay, so I have started to wash my clothes by hand. This is the first day that I'm ever washing my clothes. I've already started to wash my socks, and I'm gonna wash, there's a t-shirt here, sweater, and sweatpants, and shorts. This is me washing my t-shirt. To dry these clothes was very difficult. I'm hanging them after I wash them. It's very hard to get out all the water because some clothes, like these sweatpants, are very thick, so it makes hard, intensive labor. Hi, so this is my first reflection for the clothing rule. I just finished washing the clothes that I wore for the past few days, and I can conclude that it's very, very difficult. Like to take out the water from some of the thicker clothes was especially hard. And I for sure, if I was to live in Syria, wouldn't even care about maintaining cleanliness, like clothing wise, if I had to do that kind of labor every single day. Day 1 of our second injury, which is to not have our left hand. See, his is tucked in under his sweater, so we're for sure not going to use it because it's not even in reach. And so far we learned that it's a struggle to not use the left hand, because let's say we've gone for tasks with our left hand, like scratching our nose or taking out a headphone, and then we realized, oh wait, we can't even do it. So halfway through of trying to touch whatever it is we need to touch or hold on to or grasp, we realized, okay, we can't use it, so then we switched back to our right hand. So it is very difficult right now. We're not used to it. We might get used to it later. First time in 3 days that I finally, like, my clothes dried up. I washed them a couple days ago and they're finally dry, and I'm wearing a new outfit. It feels really great. It shows you just how good it feels, how rejuvenated and energized and natural and fresh someone feels whenever they change their clothes. I usually normally change my clothes once a day, my entire outfit, and so doing this made a really big impact. And also, people in Syria, they would be dealing with higher temperatures, which means it's hotter, so they're sweating more, they probably smell much more and all that stuff. So it's probably even worse for them, and at the same time they probably don't have
They might have one outfit only, and I have two, and then they have maybe more days that they have to wear the same one. Washing my second outfit. I've worn this for 3 days. It needs some washing. Suhail washing his first outfit ever.
My boxers.
Enjoy that, Mr. Sit. Alright. And then after that, we put them, here's my clothes, the ones that I just washed. Drying them. Over here, jeans, boxers, sweater. Okay, so this is the end of the first 5 days. That means that our first injury is over, so we no longer have to limp. So I just wanted to make a quick reflection about the limping phase of the 15 days. It was very difficult for several reasons. So some of them were because it's very hard to remember that you have to limp, and it just goes to show how good our healthcare is and how normal it is for people to be walking perfectly fine. So it shows the stability of Canada's healthcare, and how in Syria it wouldn't be like that, which means that people limping isn't not that normal. So it is kind of sad. You feel sympathy for people in Syria.
Okay. I'm tired. I didn't sleep well last night, couldn't get comfortable. So, I only got like 4 hours of sleep. So I'm really, really, really tired, and I want to go to sleep right now. What else? The limping is done, so there's no more limping. Now I'm gonna have to simulate a broken arm. That's gonna be fun because I actually use 2 arms more than I probably realize. So not having this is going to be a challenge. But I guess I'll see how people who actually lose their arms have to cope. So that should be interesting. I wonder how I'll manage. Oatmeal is not that bad in the mornings. I mean, it's a little bland sometimes, but gets me through the day. I'm always hungry though. I'm so hungry now. Like, I don't know why, it just doesn't fill me. The chicken and rice does not fill me, and neither does the oatmeal. I'm hungry. I have to wait until the morning to eat because, well, we're not allowed large portions. But yeah, I'm always hungry. Still wearing the same set of clothes. Haven't needed to wash it yet. I probably will in a day or two though.
We're going to sleep. It's the end of day 4 on the ground. Not very comfortable.
Oatmeal. Yum. Not really. So today went well. Still eating chicken and rice and oatmeal, which is annoying because I see my whole family eating right in front of me. And of course my mom decides to make good food during these 2 weeks, 15 days. Thanks, Mom. The no arm thing, really, really inconvenient. Haven't washed my clothes yet. We'll probably do that tomorrow. Other than that, it's going well. Getting a little annoying, but that's the point of it, right?
It's the end of day 6, and yeah, so here's our hand, the injury, he can't use it, so it's tucked in under his sweater. Going to sleep now. Good night. Hi, so this is day 7. I'm eating oatmeal right now for breakfast, and what I've noticed is that the food rule is very hard to follow, even though I am doing it really well.
but there's so many cookies and chocolates and everything like that in my house, and it all looks delicious, and I can't have any of it. And even regular food like other side dishes or other things that you can put in your plate, I can't even do that because I'm under the restriction of chicken and rice. So that really does suck. Okay, yeah, so I have to write everything with my one hand. It's hard to write anyways because the piece of paper keeps moving. So you don't really realize that you use your left hand while writing, even though you're using one hand to write. So it does make a difference to have only one hand.
There's going to be a rush too, but if people aren't ready, then they're not ready, right? I understand you're busy, but recognize that if you bring me an outline the day before the essay's due, there's only so much I can do to help you. Right? Of course. I'm gonna do like Antigone/outline work, like essay time for the next 3 days. Yeah, like I'm not giving you a ton of time in class to work, but I'll have some conference time, like we'll be able to work on it. If you're editing on Wednesday, Monday I'll go over and then Tuesday I'll probably go over.
Almost there.
Ladies and gentlemen, did anybody lose their essay outline? Yeah? Somebody was writing about power and corruption?
Getting ready for bed with my one hand.
Tutorial. Settings, keyboard shortcuts. How hard is that to figure out? I have an iPhone and wasn't
This is lunchtime. Suhail with his no arm. He'll show your arm. There you go.
that I have nothing.
It's non-existent. And he's eating his chicken and rice. I have my rice.
They have nothing.
And then my arm.
And then Ryan has nothing.
I just went to the washroom, so with one arm it's very difficult, but I managed to do everything right until the point where I had to do up my button and my zipper. That got very difficult, so I ended up just resorting using my other hand because it took way too long and I have to get to class. So yeah.
So I'm walking down the street over to Suhail's house for mine, carrying very, very heavy books, and I can only use my right arm, which normally I would split up the weight and make it so that one arm is carrying one bag and then the other's carrying the other bag, but I can't do that, unfortunately. So, yeah, there's lots of heavy stuff in here, and it's hard, especially how it's raining, and it makes things even harder. So this is the second last day without the other arm. It's been very hard because it affects like many things that we would normally not realize that we would need another arm for. Like for instance, sleeping is very hard because it gets in your way and it's very uncomfortable, and I fall asleep like really late because of it, and I keep waking up in the middle of the night, so I'm getting like no sleep. And also regular tasks like writing is really hard because I didn't realize you hold down the paper with the other hand and then write with your dominant hand, and then also how like going to the bathroom is the hardest thing probably, because doing up your button and stuff like that, your zipper, yeah, that's very hard. What else? That's about it from what I could think of. Yeah.
Okay, so today was the last day of the arm injury, so I'm now allowed to have my arm free. That's a relief because, wow, it was hard. You wouldn't even think of the things that like get difficult because you have one arm. Like I had to get somebody to help me open a water bottle. That's embarrassing. Two, it's like you don't even think about things like that. You think, oh, maybe I won't be able to like, I don't know, lift certain things. No, it's like stupid stuff like opening a pencil case, like stuff you never even think of. Anyway, glad that's over. Would never want to have to live with one arm, and I feel for the people that do. Let's see, sleeping on the floor still isn't that bad. Chicken and rice surprisingly tastes good, although I'm still really hungry all the time, so it's kind of annoying. But I think I'll get over it. Oatmeal is somewhat filling in the morning, so that keeps me going a little bit. Pretty bland though, still. I'm dying for some flavor. Please. I have to wash my clothes soon, because I think I'm going to start to smell. I'm going to start the hearing injury tomorrow, so I need to get my earplugs in. That'll be interesting. Always wondered what it would be like to be deaf, so now I guess I'll find out. What else is there? Haven't had to spend any money, so overall, doing well. Doing well. Alright, see you next time.
Ofer sleeping on the ground, struggling to fall asleep. Times are rough. Eating chicken and rice once again. Yep. And the one arm doesn't really affect anything, but the food itself is getting plain and boring. Eating oatmeal yet again. I will start my reflection on the one-arm life. So, a Syrian could get injured in war, so, which means like a bomb could have went off, or he could have gotten shot in his arm, so they have the possibility of losing it. So we tucked our arm into our sweaters so that it can't be used, and then our hand was sticking out, so we tucked that into our pocket. We never used it, so we felt like as if we had no arm. It did end up being really, really difficult, because there's lots of things that you notice that, wow, I really need another arm for. So it was hard. It was, it kind of got you upset, because you feel bad for them of how they can't just use another arm, saying, oh, okay, so for this I can't not use my other arm, so I'll just use it for now, and then I'll reflect. They don't have that type of choice, so you do feel kind of pity for them. It's sad. So anything like putting on your backpack, walking across the hall with your backpack leaning over one shoulder feels really awkward. You can't even support it with your other hand. I couldn't put on a glove. It's hard to tie laces. It's hard to write. It's hard to take notes. It's really hard to make food, to do lots of things, especially go to the bathroom. Won't get into detail with that, but it is very hard to do lots of things. So it was a terrible experience. Glad that it's over, and starting tomorrow we will wear earplugs for the next 5 days.
Okay, so this is my reflection. It's the last day of only using one arm, and then I guess we move on to something else tomorrow. Sleeping on the ground's been a bit tough, but it's getting easier and easier as the days go on. And for food, I've been kind of eating more than I'm supposed to. Like, for example, today I was only supposed to eat a small portion of dried bananas for our fruits, but I've decided to eat more than I'm supposed to. And yeah, that's it.
What about your clothes?
Well, for my clothes, I've washed them once and I'm going to wash them again today. And I'll take a video about that.
Cool.
Okay, so this was the first day of the earplugs, and I have to say they were annoying because, well, I could somewhat hear, but you never really know how loud you're talking, so you have to get like a feel for it, and sometimes you're yelling and sometimes you're talking too quietly, and it's just really weird and annoying. Also, my ears hurt because these things they get annoying after a while. Other than that, the challenge of not being able to hear as well was slightly annoying at times, but not the end of the world. The arm was more annoying. But these, I don't know, people look at you like, why are you wearing those? And sometimes when you have to ask people to repeat themselves, it's kind of embarrassing, but you know, that's the point of it. Let's see, food-wise, getting old a little bit, but like, still not terrible. The oatmeal is the worst part though, because it's just repetitive and bland. I can deal with the chicken and rice because that at least tastes pretty good. Sleeping on the floor is still not that bad. Still have not washed my clothes, which I should probably do because I might smell bad. I'm sure that will be fun since I have to wash them by hand. Haven't had the need to spend any money yet, so that's good. And I think that's about all. So, nearing the end of this thing, about 5 days left, 4 days left, something like that. And it's had its challenges. So we'll see what the next days are like.
Okay, so day 1 of earplugs, and it's like...
Stop yelling.
Oh. So day 1 of earplugs, and I started to notice that in the beginning, like, it's really hard to hear a lot of the teachers, and
You're still yelling.
so I had to resort to moving up to the front of the class for lots of classes, and at the same time, like, my earplugs started to hurt. So if that pain came just from wearing an earplug, which was something natural made to fit the ear, then I could just imagine what kind of pain they received when their ear got blown or something like that, off like a grenade or a bomb or some gunshot. So yeah, it's very difficult at the moment. Hopefully maybe I'll get used to it, but I'm not sure. And hopefully it doesn't impact my learning in the classes too much.
Okay, so this is my first reflection while deaf, and it's pretty tough because I can't really hear anything anyone's saying, and I can never tell if I'm talking too loud or too quiet. So I'm just trying to get used to it. I guess this is the first day, so it's gonna be tough. But like, I can understand the struggle that people in different countries have when they have to listen to bombs exploding in their ears and grenades. And yeah, day 1's over.
Okay, well, Ofer just spilled some sauce while making his dinner for today, and now he has to struggle with his only supply of sweater, and it's a pretty big stain. Yeah, teardrops, and that's it.
Alright, so today is nearing the last day. We've still got 3 or 4 more days left. Almost done. It's been interesting. The hearing is really, really annoying because when people talk in a fainter tone or when you're not concentrating on them, you actually can't hear them. So I can't imagine what it would be like to have to live with this 24/7 every day, all day for the rest of my life. Holy crap, that would suck. I still have not washed my clothes. I know some people are like, ew, that's gross, but really, it doesn't smell bad. I mean, it doesn't smell bad, so I haven't had a need to wash it yet. We'll see what happens though. I'm sure the need might arise soon. Eating, same as usual, no problem there. Haven't had to spend any money. Sleeping, the same. I'm pretty tired, but you know, just a few more days. So, yeah, that's it for today. See ya.
Okay, we've cut up an apple. It's 1 apple, and it's gonna last for the both of us since we have a small portion of fruits to eat.
Yeah.
In secondary research. So you can talk about the book, the movie, and then the secondary research. That works well if you have 3 things. With 2, it makes it a little more tricky. So I generally recommend this. The outline is set up for a slice method essay. That's what I would recommend. Okay? There are some transitional words here that you could use to help you out. Introductory paragraphs I'm going to talk about next week. The introduction is the last thing you should be worried about. Okay? You start with an introduction, you're going to waste a lot of time because you don't know what you're.
Well, this is Ofer's second last dinner, and it's his second last day. 1 more day left, and he's done. Free man.
Waking up from sleeping on the floor for the last time. Yep.